Hey everyone, it's Peter Kerr from Rock Daydream Nation. Well, Deep Purple are one of the greatest hard rock bands of all time. Very influential, still going strong to this day. What I'm going to do in this episode is we're going to talk about 5 of the greatest closing tracks on any Deep Purple album. The last song on an album, vitally important. This sort of solidifies the impression of what you have of the album. So we're going to cover the 5 greatest Deep Purple closing tracks, all eras. Let's get started. Starting off with the 2026 latest album, Splat, Deep Purple. This is the title track of Deep Purple's fabulous It Just Gets Better Every Listen album. It has a deep, gnarly, purple-esque riff that's anchored by this heavy kick drum from Ian Paice. It plays with so much groove in the pocket. You've got this fuzzy, superfly sounding bass from Roger Glover and funky keys from Don Airey. Add into the mix this tasty guitar solo from Simon McBride, and of course, Ian Gillan sings his ass off with lots of vigor, personality, and swagger. It feels like a closer track, but at the same time, it feels like a statement of intent. This summarizes a band that's not afraid to be musically and lyrically curious. They're making new music. Let's celebrate it. My number 5 is the title track Splat off the album Splat. My number 4 is Wicked Ways off the Deep Purple 1990 album Slaves and Masters. This is a fascinating closer because, it belongs to the Joe Lynn Turner era, and it's kind of a Joe Lynn Turner rainbow song, but in the disguise of Deep Purple. That is not a knocker in any shape or form. This album is incredibly underrated. It's melodic, AOR. It's when Deep Purple were in an environment where they were competing with hair metal melodic rock. And Joe Lynn Turner sang beautifully. There's some very hooky songs on the album. Perhaps it's not the classic Deep Purple that we love, like a la Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV, but it's still a fascinating, interesting album and definitely should not be ignored. What I like about this particular song is it's inventive. Ritchie Blackmore's guitar playing, he feels unbridled, he feels relaxed. His guitar playing has a sense of freedom that perhaps the Battle Rages On or the previous album didn't quite have that sort of that vibe. Plenty of melody. It's a tasty song, and it's one that really finishes the album on a high note. Wicked Ways, Slaves and Master, Deep Purple, 1990. Number 3, Soldier of Fortune off Deep Purple, Stormbringer. Well, this probably has David Coverdale's greatest vocal performance. It's stripped down, it's naked, it's his voice, that wonderful, warm tone, bluesy tone of his voice, singing with lots of soul, pseudo-gospel. It's just full of melancholy, full of sadness, full of longing. And, you know, it's basically Ritchie on acoustic guitar with David Coverdale and a little bit of mellotron in the background. All wrapped around Coverdale's voice. His vocals are crucial. He sounds vulnerable. And I think it's one of the most beautiful, haunting songs of the Deep Purple catalogue, and it is a mighty fine way to finish Stormbringer. Again, a very underrated and perhaps unfairly maligned album in the whole Deep Purple catalogue. That's my number 3, Soldier of Fortune. You Keep on Moving, Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band. Now, I've covered this song in so many top 5 lists. I'll bring it out again. This is Deep Purple's most emotional, moving song. It's almost gospel. You could say it's soul music. It is completely an outrider to anything you'd hear in Mark II or the majority of Mark III. It's the emotions are right from the gut, and it's basically you've got David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes that just singing. It's full of the reservoir of emotion, and they're really selling the lyrics. To me, it sounds like a closure, an end of an era. It is the perfect closing track for this album. This lineup was just had so much potential, so much talent. This album just gets better all the time. And, you know, there's a certain sadness in this song because it closes an era. And it makes you think, wow, if they only had, you know, got it together for another album, the possibilities of this band were kind of endless, but it just wasn't meant to be for reasons that are publicized elsewhere. This is a great track. Tommy Bolin plays tasteful guitar. He doesn't try to be Blackmore. Glenn Hughes plays this nice rhythmic bass that just anchors the song. And then you've got Coverdale, who just sings beautifully. You Keep on Moving is my next pick. And then we have the number 1, Space Truckin'. Deep Purple, Machine Head. This is the most fun, powerful, ridiculously energetic song out of all the closing tracks off a Deep Purple album. Machine Head is a certified masterpiece, and this is just the piece to the resistance. It just closes it beautifully. It's hard rock, disguised as science fiction boogie. Ritchie Blackmore's riff is huge. John Lord's Hammond organ is monstrous, gives this purple heaviness. And Ian Pace, the most valuable player on this particular song, does a drum clinic. He does all these tasty fills. Check my Ian Pace. Sophistication, it's textured. Ritchie's guitar playing, it's tight. The arrangement is just so interesting. This is Deep Purple at their finest, and it's, in my opinion, their greatest closing track. Deep Purple are an unpredictable band, and these 5 songs contrast the different styles of this wonderful band. What are your favourite Deep Purple closing tracks? Please like and subscribe to Rock Daydream Nation. We are the Deep Purple channel. I love reading your comments, good, bad, and indifferent. One thing's for sure, there'll be a show just around the corner. Check it out. All the best and cheers.